So you're trying to land your dream job. It all starts with one single document, your resume. But here's the thing, the rules of the game have totally changed. What worked just a couple of years ago, it might get your application tossed in the digital trash can today. So let's break down exactly how to build a resume for 2025, one that gets you noticed and, most importantly, gets you hired.
I want to start with a number that should honestly change the way you think about all of this. 99%. That's the percentage of Fortune 500 companies that use automated systems to filter your resume before a human being ever lays eyes on it. And that one single fact, it changes everything.
So this is the real challenge you're up against in the modern job hunt. You're not just writing for a person anymore. You've got to win over two completely different audiences. First, you have to get past a robot, a digital gatekeeper. Only then do you get the chance to impress a real human. Your resume has to be built to do both.
Okay, so how in the world do we get past these hiring robots? Well, it all starts with understanding the system they're actually using.
That system is called an applicant tracking system, or ATS for short. And its main job is to scan, filter, and rank you based on keywords and formatting. Now, here's the crucial part you need to know. To do this, it often converts your beautifully designed resume into simple, plain text. And that's exactly where so many creative resumes just fall apart. They get scrambled, making them totally unreadable.
So how do you make your resume robot-proof? Just think of it like a four-step checklist. First, keep the design simple and clean, no fancy columns or graphics. Second, stick to boring, common fonts like Times New Roman. Seriously. Third, always save it as a Word doc or a PDF. And fourth, and this is probably the most important step, you have to weave keywords from the job description directly into your resume. A little pro tip here, copy the entire job description and paste it into a word cloud generator online. The words that show up the biggest, those are the keywords you need to use.
And here's what that looks like in practice. See the resume on the left? It might look great to our eyes, but an ATS has no idea how to read those columns, graphics, or custom fonts. It just sees a jumbled mess. But the one on the right? That's the clear winner. It's clean, has a single column, standard headings, it's perfectly readable for the software, which means it actually makes it to a human.
Okay, so you did it. You made it past the bots. That is a huge first step, so congratulations. But, the job's not done. Now comes the real test. You have to impress the human recruiter who finally has your resume in their hands.
And they are not going to have it for long. Research shows that recruiters spend, on average, just 7 seconds on their first scan. 7 seconds. That is your entire window to make an impression. So yeah, every single word has to count.
The absolute key here is to show your impact. Don't just tell them your duties. Instead of saying something boring like you made sales calls, quantify your achievements. An example like this one, well, that tells the recruiter that you don't just do the work, you get results. Big difference.
Another way to add that impact is to start every single bullet point with a powerful action verb. Using dynamic words like launched, optimized, or negotiated paints a really clear picture of you as someone who takes initiative. So, ditch the passive phrases and lead with strength. And if there is one single rule to remember for the human reader, it is this. You have to tailor. A generic one-size-fits-all resume is just a recipe for rejection. Read that job description carefully and literally mirror the language and priorities in your bullet points. You've got to show them you're not just qualified. You are the perfect fit for this job.
All right, we have the right content, but how do we structure it? The format you pick isn't just about making it look pretty. It's a strategic decision that frames your entire career story.
You've basically got three main options. The reverse chronological is the classic, and it's perfect if you have a steady, clear career path. The functional format, that's way better for career changers because it focuses on your skills, not a potentially confusing timeline. And then there's the combined format, which kind of gives you the best of both worlds. The point is, you need to choose the one that tells your story in the most powerful way. Now I know pulling all of this together can feel a little bit daunting. But the good news is, you don't have to start from a blank page. There are a ton of modern tools out there that can basically act as your digital assistant. Which brings us to a really common question. Should you actually use one of those online resume builders? You've seen them. They promise these perfect, professional designs. But are they worth it? The short answer is yes, but only if you know what you're looking for.
When you're looking at any resume tool, make ATS friendliness your #1 non-negotiable priority.
Seriously, if its templates can't get past the bots, the tool is completely useless. After you've confirmed that, then you can look for things like design quality, how easy it is to use, and whether you can really customize it. Price is a factor, of course, but the right tool is an investment in your career.
And hey, let's not forget another powerful tool in your corner: generative AI. Platforms like ChatGPT can be incredible assistants for brainstorming those achievement-focused bullet points or for helping you tailor your summary to a very specific job description. Just remember, use it as an assistant to help you refine your ideas, not to write the resume for you. The final product has to be authentically yours.
So, let's boil all of this down into a simple 4-point playbook for 2025. Number 1, optimize for the bots first, always. Number 2, quantify your achievements to wow the humans. Number 3, choose the format that tells your best story. And number 4, use modern tools wisely to make your resume even better.
Because at the end of the day, a resume is so much more than just a list of jobs and skills. It's your professional story, all packed onto a single page. It is your opening argument for why you are the right person for the job. So the final question is pretty simple. What will your story say?